Welcome to the Live Free program. We're so excited you're here. In this video, we're covering a few important things such as how the program is structured, how to use the app, and how to get the most out of your Live Free experience. Let's start first with why you're here. How do you want to change? Think of an area of your life that you feel stuck or restricted. Or maybe you want to change something, but you don't know how. Or maybe you feel like you know how it needs to change, but you just haven't been able to. Where do you get upset and frustrated or disappointed? What are some goals you haven't been able to accomplish? What do you feel is missing from your life? The solution to all of it is in here. You already have the capacity and potential to create the immediate and lasting change you're looking for. Your brain is incredibly powerful, and because it's so powerful, it can be overwhelming to figure out. So unfortunately, we often get stuck in this state of constantly fighting against it or even being held back by it. That's where we come in. We're not going to change your life, but we're going to show you how you can do that yourself by learning how to harness the awesome power of your true and full potential. You're going to learn how to remove what's holding you back. Then you're going to learn how to recruit your brain to help you create the awesome life you've wanted. Instead of holding you back, your brain will become the greatest contributor to your happiness, success, and transcendent state of mind. So why a 40-day program? This course isn't about just learning a bunch of stuff, so we didn't want to just make a bunch of videos. All the information would be great to have, and developing consistent habits for 40 days would also be super helpful. However, it's far more than just a habit tracker that teaches you surfacey skills and basic habits. It's not just about learning, but it's also not just about doing. It's about feeling these changes. And most importantly, it's about becoming. We strongly believe, and neuroscience confirms this, that true joy and peace come from your state of being, not what you know or do. In fact, doing or knowing without being can actually cause us mental and emotional frustration. So our goal is to help you become and be the best version of yourself. Although we can make immediate shifts and instantly start to reap those rewards, true and full change takes time. That's why we chose a multi-day guided program format. But why 40 days? Why not 30 or 60? 40 days has some really cool symbolism behind it, and for good reason. That's about how long it takes to actually make neuroplastic changes to the pathways in our brain. In ancient mythos and modern religion, the number 40 is symbolic of new life, new growth, transformation, a change from one great task to another great task. That's what we're doing. We're creating a new approach to life, streamlining growth, and going through an incredible transformation. And neuroscience agrees. Although change can happen almost instantly in the brain, it takes about 6 weeks to really solidify and cement those changes. So after about 40 days, we're not just thinking or acting differently. Our brain is actually different. We've become someone new. Let's go over the structure of the course material. How are these 40 days organized? How are they connected? We start by establishing basis of change and growth. 3 powers and where we should direct our efforts. Then we dive into human behavior, 6 human needs, mental patterns, and belief systems. Then we spend a good amount of time learning about free state and confined state and how to maximize time in free state. Once we understand that, we shift our focus to growth and expansion. What do we do when we have unhindered access to mental capacities? Once your wave starts, what will you be doing each day? How does the course actually work? We use the system that you'll be learning about to actually create the program because it works. Each day has a specific focus, meaning, and action component. Focus is the topic to which we'll be dedicating our attention. Meaning is how we're going to shift our perspective and consequently the emotional energy behind our experiences to allow for greater understanding and growth. It's what we're learning. And action refers to the things we're actually going to do to implement, practice, and develop new neural pathways, mindsets, skills, and states of being. We'll spend a little time every day doing a few but very effective things. Each morning, we'll start our day with what we call our morning primers. You'll learn more about primers and how they work later. For now, just think of them as simple yet powerful actions that prime your brain for the day using the latest neuroscience research. These tasks take about 5 to 10 minutes total. Some morning primers prime our subconscious mind, and others prime our conscious mind, creating a synergistic effect. Then we'll watch the daily brain upgrade video, which is about 15 minutes each day. You'll need to deliberately make time for this starting on day 1 of the program. Figure out how you will do that because the time won't magically appear in your schedule and you want to hit the ground running. Get up earlier, replace social media scrolling with the video, or take a shorter shower. Then, during the day, there will be a couple of action items to complete. These will be based on what we learned that morning in the brain upgrade video. These are specifically designed to implement new skills and principles to start shifting neural pathways in your brain. We'll explain each action item at the end of the brain upgrade video, and then it can also be found on the Today page of the app. Then, if you're interested, you can check out the resources section to explore each day's topic a little more in depth. Then at the end of the day, we have our evening primers. This is where we solidify new pathways and prepare for an awesome morning the next day. Our evening primers bring together the past, the present, and the future into a singular experience. There's usually a primer focused on reflecting or processing essential aspects of past experiences. This reflection strengthens the neural pathways for the beneficial things we did today and helps us become more aware of how we would like to improve. We then have 1 or 2 primers to ground us and center our conscious experience in the present moment. Not only does this give us greater access to our mind, but it also prepares us for sleep. We'll talk more about this later, but getting good, consistent sleep is crucial for learning, neurological changes, and rewiring. And then a couple of small primers that prepare us mentally and physically for the next day, so that we can hit the ground running when we wake up. It may seem like we're doing a lot of things each day, but we'll start with just a couple small easy primers, and then as they become habits and we become more efficient, we'll slowly add a few here and there. Throughout the course, we'll also suggest optional yet beneficial actions that you can add to your personal primers list. Or you can even create your own custom primer. These primers and action items are not going to be huge or overwhelming. Simplicity makes it doable, and consistency allows for a state of progress. You can set up reminders in the app for your morning primers, action items, and evening primers, depending on when you wake up and also depending on when you start getting ready for bed. Let's go over how to use the app. When you first open the app, you'll be asked to log in using the same email and password you used when you registered for the course. After that, at any time you reopen the app, you'll start on the Today page. This is where we'll interact with the course on a daily basis. The current day of the program is displayed at the top, followed by the focus or topic for today's lesson. There's a picture and a quote related to each day's focus. The next section is for My Vision, My Whys, and My Power Statement. You'll learn about these in the first few days of the course, and then, after adding them to your profile, you will briefly review them first thing each morning. The next section is your morning primers. Check the box after completing each item, and then select Submit to save and track your progress. You can also add recommended enhanced primers or a personal custom primer. We recommend starting off simple, mastering the basics, and then after those feel like habits, adding just 1 or 2 at a time. One of your primers each morning will be to watch the brain upgrade video found just below the morning primer section. This is where you'll learn how your brain works, how to remove anything holding you back, and then how to empower your mind using the latest neuroscience research. Be sure to set aside about 15 minutes each morning to watch it. Below the brain upgrade video, there is a short summary of the video's main points, as well as the action items for the day. The next section is the resources. We've gathered scientific studies, articles, podcasts, and videos that dive deeper into each day's topic. We've also created diagrams, worksheets, and informational documents. The final section on the Today page is the evening primer. At the end of the day, you will check off each item as you complete them and then hit Submit. This is also where you'll check off the action items you completed during the day. You can return to the Today page at any time by tapping the sunrise icon on the bottom left of the screen. Clicking on the book icon on the bottom tray takes you to the library. Within the library, there are 3 tabs. The Lessons tab will take you to a list of all the previous lessons, including the video, summary, and action items. The Tools tab includes specific resources of all the lessons to date that can be used as tools, such as exercises and worksheets. This is where you could go if you're stuck and you need something to help you move forward. The Resources tab includes all resources from all the lessons to date. This is where you would go if you want to learn more about a specific topic. Clicking on the message icon takes you to the Collaboration tab. There are 3 different collaboration features. The first is the Facilitator chat. Here you can message your Wave facilitator directly. Each Wave is led by a facilitator trained in the principles of the Live Free program. This is where you can ask specific questions. While your facilitator can always help answer questions, we want to encourage you to use the wave discussion whenever possible so others can benefit from your question. The wave discussion is where you can collaborate with all the members of your wave, including the facilitator. This is where you can ask and answer questions as well as share breakthroughs and wins. You can also discuss new concepts and ideas and share helpful resources and stories. The community forum becomes available after you finish the Live Free program and consists of all Live Free program alumni. It's a powerful and invigorating community of like-minded individuals seeking to expand their Live Free experience and continue their journey. Clicking on the person icon on the bottom right of the screen takes you to your profile page. The first section shows key membership details. Below that, we have my vision, my whys, and my power statement. This is where you will add and update them. Below that, you can access your journal. You'll use this to reflect on and celebrate your day as well as revisit past entries. Throughout the course, some action items will involve journaling or recording specific insights. The entire program can also be accessed from your computer by going to transcendus.com and then logging in using the email and password you created when you registered for the Live Free course. Now that all the app navigation stuff is out of the way, let's get excited. We have 40 days packed with incredible knowledge and insight. It's going to change how you view and interact with the world because you'll understand how your own brain works. Start thinking about what you want to gain from this course. How would you like your life to be different? What do you want to create? What does your ideal life look like? What would you do if anything were possible and nothing was holding you back? The brain and mind can be complicated and even intimidating topics, but we're going to start with the small stuff and then work up to the big stuff. Growth and progress is a lifelong pursuit, and yet we will make noticeable progress each day. Here's something to keep in mind. You can learn everything there is about a particular topic without it actually changing you. Let's use swimming as an example. You can learn all the strokes, movements, efficient breathing techniques, how to tread water, which muscles you use, floating, and kicking. But until you jump in the water and try out all that knowledge, you really don't understand what it means to swim. There's a difference between having knowledge of these things and truly understanding them. Until you put them into practice and have experiences with them, it will remain as just knowledge. Knowledge alone doesn't change us. Experience and belief change us. That's our goal for this course. We've gathered the most pertinent, impactful, and important information to share with you, and we've endeavored to create the ideal environment to put this knowledge into practice so you can start experiencing it. But that's as far as our influence goes. It's up to you to fully embrace the entire experience. Learn as much as possible, then try it out. Experience it as much as you can. We promise that if you do your best to embrace the entire experience, you will change your life. We're so excited to see all that you'll learn, do, and become. We'll see you on day one.